Hello again, everybody. Alright, now I'm going into the shadow removal section. And before I get started with that, I want you to fully understand your goal and what you're getting ready to do to your house. I've set up a little demonstration here just for demonstration purposes. I've built this simple little house on an empty plot here, and I just want to go through some things with you so you will fully understand what you're getting ready to do. Okay, I've just extruded this house. I'm sorry, I created this house off plot, pulled it back up and set it down on this flat top, and now as you can see we got this structure here that's covered with shadows. So to remove the shadows, what we have to do is separate every one of the sides from each other. And the way to do that is using the extrusion tool. So I'm going to select face, drag select, and I'm just going to select this roof right here, this side. You can only select one panel at a time, so I can't do both sides. Before I do this, I want to show you something. We got these verts here on the corner. Now, if I get up close here and tug on this vert and try to lift it, I'm on the Z-axis, so I can lift it up and down. So if I just touch it and try to pull it up, you can see. I'll turn off the textures. You can see the whole thing just moves up and down. There's only one vert there. So I'll reset that back to where it was. Now I'm going to do the actual extrusion. So I'll turn the textures back on, and I'll select the face. And I'm going to select extrude, and I'm going to just tap this one time. I don't want to lift it up. I'm just going to tap it. Now, what actually just took place here was the APCD created another layer of material underneath the top of this roof. It put it on the bottom side of this. So I've got two layers of texture here, and they're attached to each other. Now, to prove that to you, I'm going to go back here to this same vert that I tried to lift a while ago. I'm going to turn everything back off, deselect the roof. I'm going to select vert, and I'm going to go up there and lift this again. But watch what happens. See this? I just separated it. So underneath here is the new layer that was created when I tapped on extrude. I'll turn this back on, and I'll undo that. I just wanted to demonstrate that to you, that there is in fact another layer under here, and that layer has no texture color assigned to it. It's considered none, which is the red you see here. But once again, we can't select this red because it's under this texture. You can't even go under and select it from the bottom. I've tried that. You just can't do it. So the only way that what we need to do is to delete this red section. Well, if we can't select it, we can't delete it. So we have to figure out a way to select it. And that's where the little trick comes in of creating another texture with a none assignment. So I'm going to select face, single select. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just pick one triangle, and I'm going to turn it into a none texture. Okay, there we go. Now this one's got the same texture as this. Now right here is a handy little tool called All of Type. If I select this and click on this, the APCD will select anything of this type of texture. It'll select it all. So here we go. I just selected it. It should have then selected both of these. Well, I'm going to try to fit all of this into the window by selecting Fit Selection. Let's see what happens. Okay, it fit both of these into the window. That tells me that this is selected also. So now to delete this, I need to deselect this first. Otherwise, I'll wind up deleting that panel. I don't want to do that. So I can't deselect this while it's still on All of Type. I'll have to move over and drag select. Hold down the Control key. Tap on that, and now it's no longer selected. The only thing left is this red part. So to find that out, I can move over here and fit selection again. And there you go. That's all it fit in. So that's all that's selected. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Poof, the red section is gone, along with the shadows. Now I need to expand the material back out to the edges. So I'll select Edge. And it doesn't hurt that all these are selected. I'll just go ahead, select that. Now notice everything is selected but this top panel. That's because this top panel is no longer attached to the rest of the structure. So I'm going to select it by selecting its cross piece here. Notice now it only selected the frame of that and this cross section because it's no longer connected to the rest of this building. When we deleted that red section, it broke it completely loose. So it's just sitting there independently with no support and no shadows. Well, I can try to stretch this out, but it's not going to go all the way until I get an edge in each corner. But I'll go ahead and expand this now. You'll notice it didn't take it out to the corners. So what I'll have to do is split this. Now I got one in both corners. Oops, I split the wrong thing back there in the background. There we go. Now I've got all four of those selected, and I'll sharpen that to -1. And there we go. And look how perfect that panel is. Not a shadow anywhere in sight. Now I'll do one more real quickly just to show you once again what happens. But before I do, I'm going to select this face and I'm going to lift it up off of there to show you that it's completely separated from the rest of the structure. No longer attached. So by breaking it loose, it takes the tension off of these corners and removes the shadows. I'm going to Control Z that back into place. Do one more real quick just to show you again what happens. I'll just select this side, extrude, tap it one time. Now I need to delete this red section. To do that, I got to go over here, select All of Type, select this, make sure it selected them both. It did. It put them both in the picture. Now turn off the All of Type, Control and deselect this, zoom back into it using this Fit Selection, and there it is. Hit the Delete button. That's gone. Now I've only got one edge going from this corner to this corner, so I'm going to go ahead now and split that because I know it's going to have to be done anyway. So So I'll split it. Okay, now I'm going to select those, sharpen it, -1, and there you go, another perfect panel with no shadow in sight. So this is what you're going to be accomplishing as you work on your house. Again, I'll select this whole face and move, and it comes right apart from the rest of the building. It's a single independent panel. So there we go, folks. That's how it's done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we will remove the foundation shadows first.